Right, Billy's, mainly it came about by one of the families by the name of Greenall, which I believe they're part to do with breweries in Nottingham. Well, Laura Greenall, their daughter, their son, Billy, he took poorly. And obviously she had to spend time at the hospital, and she was so disgusted really with the facilities at that time that the hospital had got for families, for them to be able to stay with the children while the children were having treatment. I mean, and in those days there was basically just a microwave, a little cupboard in a kitchen and one shower. It has got better since then, but that's all there was at the time. So she decided that, you know, this was not good enough, and she decided that she was going to try and fundraise. So she did some hell of a lot of fundraising, for Click Sergeant, and managed to buy this house, have the extension put on, and all the fundraising that she did as well from people like John Lewis, Boots, IKEA, who else was Martin, was it?
I can't remember now.
Yeah, there was a lot that she begged, stole, borrowed from to equip the house, and because it is all done from donations.
Where did the name come from, Click Sergeant?
Click Sergeant was an amalgamation between
Sir Malcolm
Sergeant.
Oh, the conductor.
Yes, that's right, yeah. And Click
What's
Sergeant...
No.
And the Philharmonic.
Gotta say it.
Yes. I mean, Click Sergeant is the charity, Billy's is the house, but Billy's is part of Click Sergeant. Within the house, we cater for children from babies up to the age of 24, young adults up to the age of 24. And one of the criteria for them to be able to stay here is that they are 40 minutes away from here, from where they live. So obviously, if you're in Nottingham, you don't stay here because you can commute type thing. But we cater for people at Doncaster, Lincoln, there's a lot of people that we have from here, stay here. We've had people as far away as Malaysia. One of the boys took ill over here, and his mum came over to look after him, and she stayed for a good 6 months while he was having treatment. Because it's somewhere for the families to stay, not just mum and dad, but grandma can come and visit, siblings can come and stay at half term and things like that, because it's a place to keep the families together, where the families need to be together at times like this. It's pointless, you know, mum being here and dad being in Spalding with the other 2 kids. It's a time when they need to be together. So,
well, time limit has we got? You know,
however long it takes, you know, as I say. We have 6 rooms, and each room has got a double bed in it, and either a single bed with that or a futon. And we've got blow-up beds, so it can sort of, you know, it's a bit like shoving them all in one room if there's a big family type thing. But so essentially, it's 6 families that we can accommodate at one time. It's called a home from home because that's what we like it to be. That's why I had to fetch the actual collection box, because we don't actually have one out in the home, as daft as that may seem, because normally at home you wouldn't have a collection box. No. So we try to make it as much as home from home as possible. Okay? But then obviously you're in the main kitchen bit here. We've got 2 kitchens. Each family have their own cupboard. They've got their own shelf in the fridge, their own shelf in the freezer, and they keep themselves while they're here. There's 3 staff. I'm the housekeeper. I'm here every day part-time, and then we've got a manager and an under-manager that split the week between them. But we don't sort of, I mean, once they've got their room, they look after themselves. I do the general cleaning, but the room is their own, so that if they want to live in squalor, they can do. We don't touch it. We leave them to what have you, but the rest of the house is sort of done. We just let them do what they want to sort of do as if they were at home. Everything within here, as I say, has been donated. At Christmas time, we had a lot of families staying over at Christmas, and at New Year to take hold of the facility, because unfortunately cancer and leukemia doesn't stop just because it's the festive season. So we were full over those times. Most of the rooms are en suite. We've got a couple that they share a bathroom. We've got a teenage room, or young person's room, if I'm quite being politically correct nowadays. In this young person's room, that's somewhere teenagers only can go. Mum and dad isn't allowed, so that, you know, if they want to go in there, play the music as loud as they want, play their Xbox or what have you, they can do, and mum and dad's not allowed. That's purely for them. We've got a main lounge. I'll take you in there in a minute just to have a look round in there. As I say, where all the families can get together if they want. It's very quiet at the moment because obviously they do tend to go home if they can at a weekend for a couple of days, and that's where a lot of the families are. At the moment we've got 5 families in, so we've got 1 free room. I can take anybody up to, if they want to just have a look at, see the facilities in the room, and that's about it mainly, isn't it? That's what we do as Billies here. As I say, just to try and give them the atmosphere of home from home. I was just speaking to the family that's in the lounge, and they're actually from Gibraltar, and it's the 2nd time their child's had cancer. He just said it's the first time I've met Dad, because I've been off for a fortnight, and it's the first time I've met Dad, and he says, "Norma," he says, "this place is fantastic." He says, I just can't believe it. It's such home from home, and it's brought us all together. He's only come over for the weekend, obviously because of work commitments and what have you. He says, but it's brought us together again as a family to even just share for a weekend, you know, what my wife's going off with the young lad that's poorly and everything. And I think that's the main aim that we're trying to do, is try to keep the families together. And as I say, even if it's only for half hour, to get the kids away from a hospital environment where there's nobody sticking needles into them, there's nobody in green coats, white coats or anything like that. It's just, you know, they can run wild for an hour. And that's our main achievement. So, but as I say, thank you for this. It is much appreciated, and it will go to good use. Thank you. Thank you.
What's your name?
I'm Norma. Martin.
I've had that photo. You know this big chain?
Yes.
Is it going to be better taking a photo of it in the lounge? Is there more room there?
You can have a look and see whether that's any better, my love.
I'm going to.
Very good.
I'll hide all that.
When I look at lounge,
Yeah. Get these biscuits and cakes.
Come on, girls, turn round. Andrew. All this hard work to get this man.
Did they chuck the Sorry, I don't mean your way in.
No.